Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be a chaotic 24-hour readathon vlog. I am filming my January buzzword TBR readathon video. This is basically going to be a loose 24-hour readathon because of the time frame of which I'm doing this. It is 8:13 p.m. on a Wednesday, and I have work tomorrow. So I only have 2 books that I'm planning to read. The buzzword prompt challenge for January is the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. And I've gone with 2 selections that I would love to finish in the next 24 hours, basically. So I have my iPad here. Both of these, okay, the glare though is not it. Both of these are going to be ebooks. I have one strictly an ebook and the other is an ebook and an audiobook that I'm gonna like dual read and listen at the same time. The first one is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I'm so excited for this. This is a middle grade that I've heard nothing but amazing things about. I know that Emma on the channel Emmy has read this. I know this is going to be the book club pick for the Full Moon book club that Jane is the host of, Jane's book club. And so I am excited to read this. It also obviously fits the prompt for the who in the 5 W's. I know this is about a village, I believe, who every so often, for some circumstance, sacrifices a child to this witch in the forest. And the witch is like, I don't know why they keep giving me kids. So she takes care of them and then passes them to a bigger city where they're like successful and like doing well and like having a great time. But one day they send our protagonist into the woods, and the witch finds her and starts taking care of her. And I don't know how, but this girl gets a taste of the moon, and moon has magical elements to it, and she feels that she now has to take care of this girl because no one's going to want her in this big city, and it's her responsibility. And so I guess that's what we're following along on. I don't know a whole lot more than that, but I am really excited. It's about a little under 400 pages. Like, it's probably closer to the 350 mark, but still kind of hefty. And the other book that I am going to read is Why. I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. This is by Rennie Eldo Lodge. I don't remember who the translator is. It says on script or on Goodreads, so I will mention that later. But yes, this is what I'm going to read. This is a nonfiction, and I think that's all I really know about it. I know that it's, I think, about performative activism. I'm not sure though, don't quote me. Sorry if that's incorrect. I'll let you know more when I also know more. But for this evening, I think I'm going to start with The Girl Who Drank the Moon because I have the audiobook available for that, and so I can read and listen at the same time before I go to bed tonight. So that's my plans. That's what I'm doing. And yeah, I guess I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Bad phone quality vlogs because it's dark and it's like 9 something. But I am officially on chapter 12, page 86, which means I have like 300 pages to go. I've been reading for an hour now, which for me that's pretty good pace. A lot is happening. So we're following like 3 different perspectives in a way, not quite. So for one, we have this mother who's basically telling stories to her kid about the witch in the woods and why she is evil and horrible, but also like we don't know, and she's not sure, she has no real answers. So that's like the first thing that happens every once in a while. The second perspective is of the elders and the something elders great nephew, Ansem. I could just be saying that because, like, Kingdom Hearts. But he is a nephew who's 13 in training to become an elder and does not agree with the sacrifice every year of this child in the forest. And then the third perspective of Zan, the witch, Gurk, the monster, and then Flaren, the dragon, who are all taking care of Luna, the little baby who drank too much moon on their adventure, supposed to be to the big city, but due to the moon drinking, became home and they became a family. So they are raising this child together, and around the age of 5, her magic just becomes too much. It's a lot to handle, and Luna doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know that it's her. She doesn't know what magic is, but it's impossible to train her. So Zan is trying to remember her past and what happened with her old master or a teacher or whatever you want to call him. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's pretty interesting. I am really enjoying it. The writing is pretty simple, but it's a middle grade, so like that's kind of expected. But there's like a few lines every once in a while you're like, ooh, that's good, that's pretty. But yeah, I've got still a ways to go. I'm like, what, a third of the way through, maybe? Almost ish. Fourth, probably fourth. So yeah, I'm going to continue for probably an hour, and then I will get some sleep, and then read some more tomorrow after work, probably. I am also enjoying the narrator. She is an older woman, which is interesting because this is like following a kid, but also like an old witch. So like it makes sense. But I do enjoy her and the voices that she gives, like the monster and everything. So yeah, that's my little check-in. That's my update. Hello. I'm so tired, but as you guys hopefully saw earlier this morning when I started kind of reading, I am starting Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I sort of watched part of like an interview on this, and I was just like, I need to read it. But I just got off work a little bit ago, but I had like a nicer day at work because it means that I don't know if that helps or not. It means that I'm able to listen to audiobooks when it's not like super busy, which means that I finished. Oh, no surprise! I've only read one book for this video, but I finished The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I finished this at work. It's cute. My cat is going crazy. It's cute. It's sweet. It's fine. I don't think I understand the hype. I don't know. I thought that it was cute and sweet, and I liked the story and the fairy tale whimsical vibes to it. But also it was like kind of dark. Yes, hello. Yes, hi. It was kind of weird and whimsical and dark, and I liked the vibes. I liked what it was about, but at the same time, I don't know if I loved it. I'm gonna be honest. It was good. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about it. I think that's what it comes down to. Like, it just didn't make me feel anything. I didn't feel any emotion. I didn't feel anything towards the characters. I did really like the dragon Furion. He was cute. Kind of gives off like the House in the Cerulean Sea, those kind of like childlike characters. That's the vibe I got from him. I think Luna was probably my least favorite character. I didn't have a connection, but I did enjoy what the story was overall. So I think this is going to be like a 3, maybe a 3.5. I'll put it rounded down to a 3 though on like Goodreads. But yeah, it just wasn't, I don't think this middle grade was for me. And again, I'm not the intended audience, obviously. But after you go on this adventure with them and Luna is getting her magic, which is causing Zan the witch to have issues, like it didn't go further than that for me. The ending just kind of seemed like too much. I don't know. I didn't feel anything. And I was really hoping to like fall in love with all of these characters and just have like this like, oh, love for this book, like so many people seem to, and I just feel like this is a really unpopular opinion. So yeah, that's my really bad review. It's not cohesive, but again, I just didn't feel anything, so I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm sorry. I really hope that if you've read this book, you loved it. Maybe you can tell me why. Maybe I'm just dumb and I need to like read it again. I don't know. It just wasn't for me, and that's okay. Not every book is going to be a win, but I am hoping that this will be a win. I do hope that it'll be a win. I don't think, because it's like 8:39ish already and your girl's tired, I might not finish this book. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try and read as much as I can in the next like hour or so. It's 332 pages. And I'm just tired, and reading this is gonna make me tired, and I don't want to get Audible to listen to the audiobook of it, so I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna read as much as I can for the next hour. And then I'll check in with you and probably wrap up this video because we're at the end of the 24 hours tonight. And yeah. So that's my update. That's my check-in. I will see you guys in a bit once I've read some more, and then we'll talk. Yeah. Okay. So I have read a little bit more of Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I love it. I love it so much. Like, I love the way she's so good at articulating her emotions and experiences and just like putting things so well into words. I'm reading this book because I'm interested in hearing Black voices speaking out on their experience of racism. I'm interested in historically what that looks like in the future, what we can do to correct behaviors, change things, because I'm not perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect in these situations, and I just kind of want to learn, if that makes sense. That's all you can really do with books like these, is just take the information as it is and learn from these words and experiences that people have lived. She is going to be citing sources and studies, and I'm just so excited. I've not been reading much nonfiction really at all. I don't read a lot of nonfiction, especially not memoirs or research-based nonfiction. I don't have the attention span for it, if I'm gonna be real with you. I get bored very easily. But the way that she writes just like kind of has like this little bit of like humor and sass to it in a way where it's kind of just like, I'm not asking for white people to apologize. I'm not asking for white people to apologize because I say I don't want to talk to white people about race, but like, I'm just saying that I'm done voicing opinions to stupid, closed-minded people. And I appreciate the tone. I appreciate where she's coming from. So yes, I'm very eager to read on. Again, haven't gotten very far. I'm worried because I'm a slow reader, so I don't think I'm gonna get far at all tonight, but I'm still excited nonetheless. So I'll check in a little bit. Okay. I'm so tired now, but I stayed up longer than expected. I made it to page 85, and the first 2 chapters weren't my favorite. They're covering history and covering systematic, and although they are good and they have a lot of research and fact-based data and different situations to cover, and that is important. I come from a very privileged aspect of the fact that I went to very fantastic, amazing schools where I learned about a lot of these things, but I did enjoy the conversations about racism in the United Kingdom, because as an American, that's my perspective, that's what I see the most of, that's what's always on the news with BLM and everything. And so I found it interesting to consider and think, like, obviously other countries have problems of racism too, like it's not just an American thing, but it kind of feels that way sometimes. So it was nice to see different perspectives in that situation and learn about Black British History Month and get some cases of that. Also, I again didn't really I wasn't necessarily learning a whole lot of new information, but I really enjoyed the way that she wrapped things up and tied them together and talked about them at the end of the chapters. And I had just started chapter 3, which I forgot the title of, but she was talking about colorblindness and how white kids or white people are often taught to not see color and treat everyone just like so equal, as if everybody else is just white like you, and it erases a lot of history and culture, and I love that conversation. I think this book would have worked out better for me if I read it before the BLM, Black Lives Matter movement happened, only because I learned so much more during that movement, because there were so many conversations happening around race, that this one isn't necessarily teaching me anything new just yet. But I loved the conversation of race versus prejudice, and how racism is prejudice plus power. I really am enjoying this conversation that's being had. So I think now that we're past like the history part, it's going to get so much better. I'm on page 85, which means I think it said 36% of the way through, so like I still have a ways to go, but I am enjoying it. I think that from this point on it's going to get a whole lot better, and actually like have a bit more conversation that I'm more interested in. And yeah, I think she's a fantastic writer. I'm really intrigued to see where this goes and what more it has to offer. The beginning part was a little bit harder to get through just because I'm not a big history person. I am so hit or miss. Like, I can't just read history. I can't just be told history. It has to be taught in a specific way for me to really catch on. But either way, I still got some takeaways from it, so it worked out. But yeah, those are going to be my final thoughts for why I'm no longer talking to white people about race. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini 24-hour readathon. I'm really excited to continue doing these every month. My cats are going absolutely wild. But I'm really excited to continue doing these every month for each buzzword. Next month for February is pronouns, I have an idea of what I might read, but I'm not completely sure just yet. But yeah, that's my that's my vlog. That's my little reading. I will talk more about why I'm no longer talking to white people in a future video once I've got it finished and complete. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. Did you guys read anything for the buzzword reading prompt of the 5 W's? What'd you read? Let me know down below. We can discuss a little bit. I love talking books with anybody in the comments. So yeah, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe if you want to. No pressure, but I'm gonna try and get some sleep now. These cats are going wild, so who knows what'll happen. But bye guys, I'll see you soon.